kababayan, ang pambansang awit ng Pilipinas.
Lord, thank you for this day, for the presence of everyone in this call. For once again, we are gathered and given the opportunity to appreciate life and your words. Forgive us for our shortcomings and cleanse our hearts as we learn and live your words and example. Father, bless our endeavors, especially today's meeting. May you guide us in our discussions, and may you enlighten our minds in every decision that we make. Give us your grace that we may effectively do our parts for your greater glory. All this we ask in Jesus' name. Amen.
Dear beloved Nicolanda, home of the Virgin of Peña Francia, renowned for feeling and exceeding from dawn to dusk, we're singing our praise to thee, where the flames, sparkling rivers and seas, hills and mountains breeze adore. From the shores across the seas, all nature's here to thee abound. Bicolanda, Bicolanda, our native land behold. Albay, Camarines Norte, Camarines Sur, Catanduanes, Masbate, Sorsogon. Sinis o Iligan, Nagalikaw, Legazpi, Tabaco, Sorsogon, and Masbate, abode of noble heroes. Land of the free, oh Montmayor is watching over thee. Bicolanda, Bicolanda, the home of the Oragons. Fearless warriors, bold yet afraid, to truth and dignity we defend. Bicolanda, Bicolanda, the home of the Oragons. Fearless warriors, bold yet afraid, the truth and dignity we defend. The truth and dignity we
Thank you for the presentation with our, of course, very able pagdating sa IT, si Miss Leslyn Orsine. Thank you, Miss Les. Now, at this juncture, let us listen to the tele-reminder conference as we use our online platform to be given to us by the Planning Officer 3 of the Regional Office, Ms. Mercy S. Castillo.
Hello, good morning. Hello, good morning, everyone. Okay, let me remind you of this teleconference reminder for us to have a smooth conduct of this activity. Okay, number one is this online meeting is being recorded by the Secretariat. Second, please keep your microphones, speakers off, and wait until your turn to speak to avoid unnecessary sounds or noise. Third, when it is your time to speak, kindly adjust the volume so that the group would be able to hear clearly. Fourth is you may opt to turn off your camera since this online meeting will host a big group. Fifth, and for the last one, for easy recognition, kindly introduce yourself before speaking. That's all. Thank you so much. Good morning, everyone.
Thank you, Ma'am Merz, and my colleagues at the PPRD for always reminding me of my status in using the microphone. So to continue, to present to us the participants in this virtual activity of the 13 SDOs and of course the functional division of the regional office of DepEd RO5. Please help me welcome Ms. Shannon Abogado, our AO of the PPRD.
Hello po, good morning. Am I heard? Okay po,
Yes,
thank
Ma'am
you.
Sha.
Thank you po. Good morning po everyone again. Welcome to the CY 2022 third quarter rebus at DepEd RO5 via Zoom meeting. At this juncture po, may I present to you the participants for this day's activity. From the regional office, we have from the Office of the Regional Director. As I call your respective divisions po, kindly open your camera for recognition. From the Office of the Regional Director, we have Attorney Doms Celerio and Ma'am Ace Montas representing our RD Gilbert T. Sadsad. Ayan, from the Curriculum and Learning Management Division, Sir Francisco B. Bulalakaw Jr., ably represented by Ma'am Chusara Duroy. Ayan. Hello, Ma'am Chi. From the Human Resource Development Division, with the Chief, Ma'am Sancha M. Nashon. Sir Leo is representing her. Good morning, Sir Leo. From the Education Support Services Division, we have Sir Engineer Ronald C. Assis. Representing Sir Assis is Ma'am Maria Cristina Barroso. From the Field Technical Assistance Division, we have the Chief, Ma'am Evangeline A. Saculo, and Ma'am Joy Chavez.
Morning.
Hello po.
Good morning po.
Good morning po. Thank you. From the Finance Division, with the Chief, Ma'am Teresa C. Arcayera, represented by Ma'am Rose Antubig and Miss Joy Barameda.
Morning. Good morning, everyone.
Hello po. Good morning. From the Quality Assurance Division, with the Chief, Ma'am Jocelyn O.D., represented by Sir Manny Babasa. Okay, from the Policy Planning and Research Division, we have the RRC Co-Chair, Sir Roy T. Banyas.
Good morning.
Good morning po. From the Administrative Division, we have the Chief AO, Sir Roy Jose Alferez. Okay po. From the Schools Division Offices, We have 2 senior high school teachers, 2 elementary school teachers, and 1 school head with their corresponding as senior education program specialist for planning and research. First, we have from the provincial divisions with from Albay, we have Sir Nick Elbillo. The participants po may turn on their camera as I call your divisions.
Good morning. Good morning po.
Hello po. Good morning. Ayan. So from the Camarines Norte Division po with Ma'am Glenda Rito.
Good morning. Good morning.
Good morning po. From Camarines Sur po with Ma'am Haze Salcedo.
Good morning, ma'am.
Good morning po.
Good morning po.
Good morning.
From Catanduanes Division with Sir Anjo Tugay. Ayan. Ayan. Thank you po. May mga from SDO Catanduanes tayo. Good morning po. Next from Masbate Province with Sir Paul Joen Blancaver.
Good morning po, ma'am.
Hello po, sir. Good morning. Okay, from Sorsogon Province with Sir Rome Hibulan.
Hello po, good morning.
Good morning po. Ayan. And from the city divisions naman po, first we have from Iriga City with Ma'am Genoviva and Canyo.
Good morning.
Mama Vic, good morning po. Ayan, we have participants from Iriga City Division. Salamat po. From Legazpi City with Sir Santi Aranya. Meron po bang taga Legazpi? Okay, from Ligao City with Ma'am Love Manlangit.
Morning.
Hello po, good morning. Okay, from Masbate City Division with the SEPs, Sir Marvin M. Garcia. Okay, from Naga City with Ma'am V. Cueto. Hello, ma'am. Good morning. Good morning po. Okay, from Sorsogon City with Sir James Christian Nabong.
Everyone.
Good morning.
Ayun, may mga participants from Sorsogon City. And last but not the least, from Tabaco City Division with Ma'am Maria Ana Bolyosa. Okay po.
Good morning po.
Ay, good morning. Good morning po. Thank you. So all in all, we have 82 participants for today's activity. That's all po. Good morning once again.
Thank you, Misha. Moving on, recognizing the relevance and culture of research, the Chief of the Policy Planning and Research Division of DepEd RO5 will discuss and present to us the statement of purpose and the objective of this online activity. Friends, please help me welcome Chief Roy T. Banyas of the Policy Planning and Research Division.
Thank you, Ma'am Halen. Good morning, everyone. Is my audio clear?
Opo, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, thank
Yes,
you.
sir.
Good morning, my friends, fellow public servants. Good morning. We're very sorry that our two directors won't be able to join us in this quarter 3 positive RO5, but they promise us that we'll catch up some other time for them to join us in our quarterly activity along research, of course, spearheaded by the RRC through the PPRD or our regional research committee. But of course, before I proceed with the statement of purpose and objectives, please allow me to welcome you all, for on behalf of our two directors, Sir A.R.D. Ronel, who happened to be our RRC chair, or regional research committee chair, and of course, our RRC advisor, no less than our regional directors, Alberti Sansad. I would like to welcome you all in this quarterly activity of the Regional Research Committee through the PPRD, the quarter 3 Ribas at DepEd RO5, which is a quarterly activity showcasing the research funded, of course, by Birth Grant Facility. And of course, I would like to greet our superintendents and assistant school supervision superintendents as well, who permitted you all to join us in this virtual gathering today. Of course, my warmest greetings go to all our 13 senior education program specialists, or should I say workaholic SEPs of the 13 SDOs, who until now are submitting to us action in basic researches to be funded out of the 2023 Birth Grant Facility. So, salamatunan po. Hope to see you soon, our beloved SEPs for PRS, Palis Planning and Research Section. Of course, to our beloved school heads who are present today, coming from elementary and secondary, and of course, our teacher researchers, I understand we are inviting two elementary teachers, 2 secondary teachers, and 1 school head to join us per division, to join us in this quarter 3 Ribas. Of course, my greetings to our 3 very brave presenters in this quarter 3 Ribas at DepEd RO5, Madam Tessia B. Gukong from SDO Masbate City, Ma'am Sheila P. Alberto, the wife of my friend Sir Jade from SDO Albay. Of course, Ma'am Edna F. Aladano from SDO Camarines Sur. So they'll be presenting their output later on after my statement of purpose and objective. So again, for on behalf of our 2 directors, we would like to welcome you all in this quarterly gathering of research enthusiasts in the region. So for us to know what will be the objectives of our activity this morning, for one, we would like again to showcase the completed research paper of the region's per facility grantee. So kahit tatlo-tatlo lang tayo quarterly, at least we would be able to share the research outputs of our presenters, okay? Funded, of course, by Birth Grant Facility. Second, we would like to raise the research levels, the quality standards, and promote a wide range of researches from basic researches to cutting-edge researches. Later on, as our 3 presenters be able to finish their presentations, there will be, of course, a Q&A, of course, a panel who would be throwing their questions coming from the members of the RRC. By the way, I forgot to mention the presence of our RRC members, the chiefs of the functional and support divisions of the regional office proper, and of course, their alternates. So good morning, madam, sirs. Thank you for joining us in this quarter 3 activity of the RRC. Of course, last but not the least, objective of our quarter 3 Ribas at DepEd RO5 is to manage research effectively and actively to incorporate results of external evaluations with a view to improving the quality of researches and extending researches to the research priorities of the department across 4 themes and the 3 cross-cutting themes. And that includes our recently added agenda in our regional research agenda. The memorandum to that effect was already issued, and hopefully in the coming days, months, and even years, we'll be able to incorporate that particular addendum in our research agenda, focusing on the implementation of our LRP in the region. So as early as today, we're very happy that we were able to see at least 1 or 2 researches that are actually focusing on that particular added agenda in our Vera Star. So thank you very much to that particular researcher to indulge in that particular research topic. So are there some more, Ma'am Helen, objectives? So there being none, again, I would like to congratulate our three very brave presenters for sharing the research output to this virtual gathering as we are conducting today our Q3 Rebuzz at DepEd RO5. And looking forward for all other research enthusiasts attending in this quarterly gathering of the region in the RRC to submit to us your research proposals for 2023. So for us to evaluate it and have it funded out of PERF grant facility. So hindi po tayo magtatapos dito. Meron pa tayo natitirang isang quarterly research activity. So that will be held sometime in December. Naka-WFP po yan ng regional office. So yung iba pa na mai-invite namin na mga grantees natin, they would be able to, as expected, they would be presenting, of course, their research studies in the Q4 Rebuzz at DepEd RO5. So this time around, Q3 muna tayo. We have here three very brave presenters who would be sharing to us the output of the research. So with that, I'd like to welcome you all and at the same time congratulate each and every one of you for sparing a little of your time to join us. Sana hindi namin na-disturb yung inyong mga pagtuturo. By the way, ito palang Q3 natin. Originally, this is scheduled actually September 13 pa. But because of the tall order coming from our VP and Secretary to, not to disturb our teachers from the field and all other field officials until September 17. Hence, we moved the date of our Q3 Rebuzz from September 13 to this day, September 20. So with that, I would like to welcome you all, again, as I have said earlier, and at the same time, my warmest congratulations for joining us in this quarterly activity of the RRC to the PPRD. Good morning, God bless, and have a fruitful engagement as we conduct this Q3 Rebuzz at DepEd RO5.
Thank you, Chief Roy, for the presentation of our objective as well as the activity. At this point, as we continue, please allow me to present you the order of the research paper presentation from our presenters and speakers for today. So the paper presentations mechanics is flashed on the screen. You are going to encounter or listen to with our three able researcher presenters. And they are represented from our different CEOs. And these researchers are recipient, of course, of the Basic Education Research Fund or the grant facility. As we listen and to start the presentation, our respective steps for planning and research of that particular division will present their research paper presenter. Okay, after which we shall entertain questions and answers. And this will be entertained after the presentation has been done by the resource speaker. Now, in the conduct of our question and answer, the following shall be followed. Write your questions in the chat box, or click the raise hand icon on your screen. And of course, let us all wait patiently for our turn to ask for the questions. So these are now our simple preparation and mechanics as we listen to our research paper presenter. So to start with our presentation, please welcome to present to us the first presenter from SBO Alpal. I call in Steps ni Elvina.
Ikaw ako, alas 12 na yan. Malay na po. Hindi pa mo ako nadadang gano'n. Hindi po. Nag-uwat na yung truck.
Okay, it seems that Sir Nick.
Yes po, ma'am. Good morning.
Sir Nick, I am sorry. We are going to call you ahead of Masbate City Province because Masbate is having a power interruption of the moment po. Sorry, Sir
Apa.
Nick.
Yes po,
Thank you.
yes po, ma'am. Thank
Thank
you
you, Sir
very much
Nick.
po. Good morning to everyone. May I know po, ma'am, if the presentation for the introduction is, will be, yeah, okay, thank you. Thank you very much. So, my respect to the officials from the regional office, to the participants in this Ribas at Teped ROB, a pleasant morning to everyone. So our first presenter is a principal one of Maipon Elementary School of Ginubatan East District, Ginubatan, Albay, in the person of Dr. Sheila Pineda Alberto. Dr. Sheila is a Doctor of Education in Educational Leadership and Management from Bicol University Graduate School, Legazpi City. He also took his Master of Arts in English Education as outstanding graduate. As a researcher, Dr. Sheila completed researches in his doctorate with the dissertation entitled Competency-Based Resource Materials in Bicol for Primary Grades in March 2013. And he also completed his master's thesis in October 2009 entitled Grade 1 Teachers Beginning Reading Strategies Repertoire in Daraga North District. And as a teacher, she conducted an action research in October 2011 entitled Enhancing the Phonetic Awareness Skills of Grade 1 Pupils in Busay Elementary School. And as a school head, he conducted her study, basic research study entitled Handling Children with Special Learning Needs. And this study was funded under Basic Education Research Fund in December 2021. So my dear friends, my dear researchers, our first presenter for this morning is Dr. Sheila
Sa likod ka niya,
Alberto.
dagos dumama sa na makapsol mo ito.
Good morning.
Nag-present na sa inyo.
Good morning, Ma'am Sheila. Okay, so good morning. I will present my share comment.
Ay, naibig ko pa na.
Pero sa kami. Pagandungan ka man dito. Makaiba ka. Dumang ka sa likod, kaiba ang camera pag picture mo sa inyo.
Pampali lang niya yung ano, Steve. Pampali lang yung kuto. May po ini sarang bitis.
Banda ko sila. Tumupunta lang. Tumupunta lang.
Naman, usog-usog ka sa inyo.
Hindi ka nalagot. Ay, hindi.
Hindi ako maganda ko lang. Ano eh, ano ko yan, so camera.
Sa camera
tapos
lang po.
kita.
1, 2, 3.
Nasabak tulo si Romel sa pagiging IT teacher. Matanggal ang lahat, huwag lang yung monitor. Masabi, natakot si Camarines. Ihaloy ng takot.
Okay.
Ano man ito may question and answer, so hindi mo gigisa sila.
Ay man, kung gusto man siyang gagawin ay parte yan lang po yan kang Ribas.
Mayo si Sir. Mayo, ito lang ang nakalagay sa ano?
training ko yan. Mayo ning certificate, awarding ng certificates din.
Sino pumumit ko ito mo?
Dai, di man nabanggit. So mga dati bagang ko yan, naroon ka ni Gana. Parte, so garo pre-video na awarding kang certificate sa
Good teacher? Good teacher po mo?
Dai, itong pagtaming certificate sa presenter. Ngayon, napiguin sa
Dahil binanggit, bumoy mo po sino.
Ay, unang program. Pagkatapos ng presentation,
Bali, nag-cost lang sindang kuto-kuto.
Nagasa ko. Coaching ka na nga. Present mo, pero atulog ka. Kasi simbang mo, hindi ko na masigod. Pero ito wala ka.
Gusto mo ba mahiling mo si
Iyo. Ano yun?
Nagsulat ka lang mo.
Sige. Ito yung upa ko. Nag-practice
Hello,
ka na.
everyone. I'm happy to presenting to this project as a monitor. Sige na.
Meron ka man lang ka nakainig sa camera. Dahil mahinda yan.
Holland Montreal Education Board Specialist at the Army and all different region conference. Hindi mo pig-ano, suan naman.
Yan ako ma.
Okay lang yan.
Sa bagay nahiling ko naman. Garo na comics.
Dug.
Diba comics na?
Mga comics, salamat picture.
Ayun. Mari pa ni Kapten.
Na-view mo na gabos. Nag-practice ka.
Basa mo ka ng gabos. Ano?
Pag hindi ko nabasa, di ka mo magbasa. Sige lang.
Dapat ay kakaan magsabi.
Hindi po, di mo masabi.
Hindi mo. Nag-reflect kaya sa camera lagos kapag nakasabi.
Positive change. Good morning.
Innovation ba? May
Mga tanda ko sa
Yung competency.
Sige po yun. Sa yung po lang sa messenger. At sa inyo po ma'am, apa. Thank you.
Sino po nahirapan sa mga intervention? Anong pinakamahirap na intervention?
Tapos kaya dati naman yung pinag-isang
Dahil na dahil yung race.
naman na igayo sa
Mga ama teachers, sino mo na dahil i-present ko lang kalayan mo sa
Ano ka ba? Apot lang kasi yung
kami mo daw para sa mga members. Sa'yo ka na. Foundation. Foundation yan.
tapos kung principal ito po.
Sinano principal for
Sa'yo.
hindi mo ito sa
Kalabanga.
ay sa Kalamanga. Baka ayun na siya. Baka ang patarang music dito sa'yo. Ano din yun na yun?
Talay mo.
Sa para yan.
Kasi mo overdose.
Kamisal.
Nakalaw ka na, ne?
Sabi ko na sa mga.
Mari magpunta alas 12, gan pauli na kita. No more presentation.
Ma'am Zeus po kayo namasip. Daisy mo, pinakausap mo dun sa...
Gusto mo ito kaya mag-contact?
Ako dyan maglala.
Hindi po mo nakakasap.
Mindset na po na.
Pa ako mga... Tapos sila
Medyo nagpipresent pa lang tayo, may hinihingihan.
Sa page
Di ba piling at siya?
Ito si Albay, si Albay, sila po po.
Change ang setting.
Pigilid lang ako ayan. Tapos,
Gusto niya si Turo. Kaya narapat mo yung
So, and I proceed now sa ma'am.
Pero mo talaga nag-labor. Pag naghahalap
Hindi po na lang. My respect to all our attendees from across the region, to our personnel in the regional office, Alan Manila, to our banyas, and to our others in the field of dimension, to the staff of the Division of Bank, thank you for that warm introduction. So I am honored to present to you my humble group of work, my research fund and regulated education research fund. So this research was born from the not-so-good experience that my son had when he was on children. So instead of lamenting or debating experience, so I just put everything in writing. And here, I present my basic research entitled Hiding Children with Special
May panay.
Secured na, secured na.
Children across the universe is value. So they can never be fulfilled we know that learners differ in performance level.
Thank you, sir. Sir Donald. Sir Donald po.
Learning style, discipline, culture, social class, and language, gender.
Kailan mo?
Some have various abilities and some children are gifted or talented in one or more areas.
Di
So
matapos.
in our recent integration, we know that we book our pupils as to full intervention, like intervention, or there are very few. So there can never be two pupils who will have the same level of ability. And we have inside our classroom, we have one or two pupils who have various disabilities which often are not being given much attention by the teachers. So next slide please, madam. So appropriate attention should be focused on groups of learners with special needs, either because they are physically or mentally challenged, or because they have background characteristics such as language proficiency and the like that affect their classroom performance. So usually in our kinder classes or grade 1 classes, we have these children who have still difficulty in speaking. So some have their baby talks because they're used to bahay to being taught with bilog. So in our school, we have these pupils that who cannot speak yet well. So there are times that their speaking ability affects their classroom performance. Okay, so next slide please, ma'am. So the philosophy that the present study would like emphasize an in-depth investigation of the current practices of teachers in handling children with special learning needs. These are missing in regular classroom settings. So next one. Next is slide po, ma'am. So special needs is an umbrella underneath which a certain area of diagnosis can be reached. So it is said that this special needs is commonly defined by what a child cannot do by milestones and yet would ban activities avoided or experiences denied. So the special needs of a child
Pero kamu duman,
may vary depending on the experiences he has alone or in school. So sometimes
Sige, pero kamu
online,
Hindi ko lang kung kuwarap.
there are times where children are being deprived
makinig sa
by their basic needs.
Siguro
Example, sa food.
Anong
They are prohibited from eating from eating that. Or experiences in that wherein the parents may be so strict.
O, maaari ba lang ito
So
sa
they are not allowed to do
Hindi
this
man, nagurulas ka mo.
but they are not allowed to environment much. So sometimes it affects the child and it becomes as special needs.
Order na lang kita.
Eto. Apat ko lang po.
So next slide please po, madam. So based on the US handicapping disability categories, special needs include learning disability, health impairments, mental challenge, emotional behavior disorder, deaf, hearing, blind, and autism spectrum. So with this broad range of special learning needs, the proposed undertaking just focused on special learning needs, particularly those concerning basic literacy and numeracy skills. So my study did not include those children having or are being labeled as mentally challenged. So I only focused those for those pupils who are mainstreamed in a regular classroom setting, who have difficulty in their basic literacy and numeracy skills. So next slide please, madam. So children who have special learning needs have learning intelligence. So these children may seem to be normal, but they have learning problems that result from their difficulties along psychological or information processing. So they may have significant problems in learning basic skills in language, reading, writing, or mathematics. So these children are capable in learning academic skills, but have significant deficiencies in others. So in our classroom, so with my 12 years experience teaching in grade 1, I have met these kinds of pupils. So I have pupils who have their normal intelligence, but there are some aspects among them that they have difficulty in reading. So, kumbaga, at their age, 6 or 7, they should be able to read by the third month. But there are pupils who can hardly read because of their special disability. Or there are pupils who are very, very poor writing skills. There are pupils who do not even know how to handle or grip the pencil properly. But these children, doesn't mean that they have this disability, they cannot learn. So these children are capable of actually learning, and some of these pupils who have disabilities are actually talented or gifted. Pero next slide po naman.
Pito po.
So specific learning ability means a disorder in one or more of the basic psychological processes involved in understanding or in using language, spoken or written, which may manifest itself in an imperfect ability to listen, think, speak, read, write, spell, or perform mathematical calculations. So the term includes conditions as respect for handicap, brain injury, minimal brain dysfunction, developmental aphasia. So the term does not include children who have learning problems which are primarily the result of visual, hearing, or motor
Gusto mo step kape?
May free copy on DepEd. At least for the spoken language or the written language. So this affects their ability to listen well, think well, to monitor the children who are easily distracted inside the room. Okay, so next slide po, ma'am. So, my study, determining the special learning needs of children in several schools and the current practices in hand with them. So, more specifically, the study short answers to the following questions. Number 1, what are the special learning needs identified in the 7 schools of the Department of Education, Schools Division of Albay? Number 2, how are the special learning needs identified and assessed? And number 3, what are the current practices in handling children with special learning needs in terms of planning the classroom instruction, management of classroom instruction, provision of appropriate learning resources, assessment of learning outcomes, and placement and support. And number 4, research question. What problems are encountered in handling children with special learning needs and how are they addressed? And last question is, what plan of action can be proposed to handle children with special learning needs in these particular schools? So next slide po, madam. So research methodology. So this research is actually a combination of, it's actually a mixed research in nature.
Baka mo kayo nagbasa na.
Qualitative research, particularly survey questionnaire and in-depth interview. Okay, so next one. So the respondents of the study include the teachers and guidance counselors of several schools of the Department of Education, Schools Division Office of Albay. So for those schools, there are full-time or designated guidance counselors and requested the elementary school principals to take their part. So these respondents were administered with the survey questionnaire or interview guide on handling children with special learning needs, interview guide on handling children with special needs for school heads, and interview guide on handling children with special learning needs. So next one. So I have separated interview or question guides for the school heads and for the teachers. And since I conducted the study during the height of the pandemic, so instead of conducting a face-to-face interview with the school heads or the guidance counselor or teachers, I just send the questionnaires via Google Form. So that is where they were able to answer the questions. Okay, so for the result of the study, so the survey disclosed that the special learning needs of children in terms of literacy skills include reading and writing. So in terms of numeracy skills, the following are the special learning needs of the children. Number 1, number sense, computation, geometry, statistics, operation test, measurement, and probability. For number 2, the special learning needs of the learners in the 6 central schools in SDO Albay are identified and assessed either through formal or informal methods. So formal methods of assessment includes intelligence tests, behavioral rating scale, performance assessment, and
Sabay talaga sindano.
The informal method on the other hand,
sabay talaga sindano dahil magbakal ng lunch.
interview, and self-assessment. And
po kaya kung tawag bibilang. Ito sa mga nakabuhutong kita.
So the use of manipulative-based approach,
thank you,
differentiated instruction, district teaching, direct instruction, assessment-based course-based, and multiple scenario-based approach planning for classroom instruction. The utilization of resource of the psychological assessment, multi-factor assessment tool or the MPAC, creation of positive learning environments, modification of the curriculum, establishment of rapport with learners, setting up of class rules, and grouping of learners based on their needs, strengths, and weaknesses in the management of classroom instruction. So those teachers or scholars I interviewed,
Nag-order ka na,
they
babe?
are 1,500 based on their needs.
7. 1,507 pesos.
They also make use of paid lectures, which is a dominant as instructional support for children with special learning needs. So the use of teacher-made assessment tools and files as well as rubric and observation checklists in the assessment of learning outcomes and the use of partial and full engagement of learners as well as thought continuous of learners in the classroom in the case of STEM for practice relative to their placement and support. The purpose is to spread classes. They have this self-contained as learners in the classroom. So they have their relative placement and support. Next one. Conclusion, the special learning needs of children in the 600 schools and the division include literacy and numeracy skills. The special learning needs of the learners in the 600 schools in FDR are identified and assessed either through formal or informal methods. And the current practices are planning the practices such as relative to handling children with special learning needs in the 600 schools include the use of varied approaches. So the problems encountered by the 600 schools including children with special learning needs include lack of financial, technical, and emotional support among stakeholders. And an action plan to develop improved practices in handling children with special learning needs.
Additional order po.
Recommendation,
Dalawa.
awareness campaign should be strengthened for functional understanding of the school heads.
Yung sa
School heads should be made to understand the phrase, quote-unquote, children with special learning needs, to which refer to learning problems along literacy and numeracy skills. So, identification of systems and tools in assessment and identification of children with special learning needs along literacy and numeracy skills.
Inform ko lang dumaan sa eskwela, kung kita.
And
Ano mo sa ano ta? Sa kuyang GC?
May ubong tignan din di pa ako naka-online.
So, there should also be inclusion of programs for activities relative to handling of children with special learning needs along literacy and numeracy skills to be considered in the crafting of SLP or School Improvement Plan. And consideration of the proposed action plan be made by proper authority. For my advocacy, utilization, and dissemination,
Kung okay lang po sa mo mga.
Mababasa ko.
Dahil po kung okay na po sa inyo yung kaya na ano or si Sargala.
Ang inipong babasa mo mga.
Uli si babasa.
Inipong screen na
Si screen mo,
presentation mong kalawa.
si ano mo.
Ay na, namumonitor ko. Ay, opo.
Okay na po, hindi sa inyo ano. Or si Saro Manggiraray. Si dati na lang.
Ano naman?
Yung ilang po sa
training, seminars, workshops, conferences, and meetings will also be used as avenues to share effective practices developed.
Ay, okay na po. Ikaw ang master dyan. Okay na ako.
Ang malagay sa
So some of the most wonderful people are the ones who have it into.
Basta may link po ang viewers po naman si presentation pong ginagawa.
And all kids need is a little help, a little hope, and someone to believe.
Mahiling mga viewers, ano?
So for that, thank you for listening. And once again, I would like to reiterate that this research was made out of the inspiration of my second son. So I hope all teachers will be considerate enough
Nakawal ka na po, ma'am.
taking time to understand better the children. So instead of
Manong nahilig maman daw na sa kayo mga hindi mo pwede.
so that you will know what they are going through. So,
microphone, ano? Ay.
I'm head of the basic research in the regional office.
Ilang picture mo ba
Very much for allowing you to have this study. And thank you very much for listening.
Project ka pa yun.
Okay, thank you, Ma'am Sheila.
Thank you for the presentation of your findings and then, of course, giving us recommendations in the findings of your research. So at this juncture, we will invite our dear participants for the queries, questions, and answers from Ma'am Sheila, if there are. May I acknowledge Ma'am Chidero of the our supervisor for science, for her question. Ma'am Sheila? Yes, sir.
May nagkakaroon na yung possible question na
41 pesos lang. 41 pesos.
Masyado. Yung asking na question.
Ayun.
Kung niya na lang, no?
So, are others from our class? You can post your question or questions in the chat.
Hindi man yung abot dito rin.
Di ba po man? Nakaupo ang camera.
Okay, name has Roy, the chief of the PRD.
Tatanong na yan.
Thank you very much, Marin.
Project Donut.
This point, I would like to congratulate Marcela for being presenting your study about learners with disabilities. So I just would like to ask Ma'am Sheila if the particular study of this reach SDO and I prior to the preparation of their proposed plans and budget for 2028. Did you coordinate ma'am sa SDO and I?
Matibay yung kamag pa.
Particularly sa UPS just for us, siguro. Kasi yun na lang study mo, just to be honest about it. Yung inyong mga recommendation, di ba? Lalong-lalo na ngayon, na-highlight yung SPED, having allegedly zero budget for 2023. And we all know na ngayon nasa process na pag-propose naman ng mga plano for the succeeding year. So if kung ako sa iyo, namin natin sa planning and budgeting team na ay tama na mapunduhan yung mga proposals mo patungkol sa SPED. Kasi kinukuha namin mga idea na mga revisions to form part of regional proposed plans and budget for 2024. Talking about 2024 na kasi 2023 ay meron na tayong NEP, National Expenditures Program. Most likely, maisip natin yun na yung kunin natin for 2023. So as early as today, we are now again planning for our proposed plans and budget for 2024. So having read, having seen your recommendations along handling children with special learning needs, parang mas maganda, Ma'am Shi, yung mga programang yun makita ng Albay, and Albay in return will make it part of their proposed plans and budget along SPED, along, di ba? Kasi tayo nanghihintay ng mga programa sa babae. Just for you to know, our dear participants, the regional office, we're changing the landscape how we propose plans and budget for the year. Just recently, we're able to conduct a technical budget hearing for the proposed plans and budget for fiscal year 2023. So, nakita namin doon yung ng mga petitions and doon yung kinoconsolidate namin yung para masubmit sa central office and mapapakinggan nila. Kasi yung RO, we're changing how we propose plans and budget. Bottom up na yung approach na yung introduce natin. Meaning, rather are the days na natin lang na top-down yung pag-propose ng plano. Ayaw kasi sa level, ayaw po practice. Masyado tayong one-size-fits-all when we plan, when we propose programs, when we implement programs. Ngayon, gusto natin mapakinggan, ano ba talaga yung mga felt needs sa bata? So we started hearing the plans and budget of our divisions. And yung consolidate ng RO, yung proposed plans in our 2020. And now again, we are proposing naman for 2024. Having heard yung iyong mga recommendations, I think it would be best, Manshi, it is not too much to ask, but to have your research output be heard first by SDO Albay. Ilatag mo sa kanila. Talk with your EPS in charge for SPED. Diba? And then kung ano yung mga recommendations na naandun, palalagyan natin ng fund. Kung training man yan, diba? Kung advocacy man yan, ilaban lang natin ang ilaban. And this is our promise naman as PPRD in charge for the consolidation of the proposed plans and budget every year. Ilalaban natin yun na may sama yung ganitong klaseng proposed na para mas ma-allocate natin yung mga learners natin with special learning needs. Baka ito yung sasagot doon tungkol sa mga issues and concerns nyo dyan out of your study. So, yun ako ba siya aking mapapag-share ngayon sa presentation. Nonetheless, I would like to congratulate you for bravely indulging particular research. Medyo sa tingin ko, hindi naman masyadong pero parang hindi lang napapansin because there are no tayo naman review the policies, bear in mind that we are in data-driven, we are in space na sinasabi. So, meron na tayo, di ba? Out of your study, that would be part of our justification why there's a need for a particular program for activity to push through making use of government's fund. So, meron tayong backup study. This is what we meant with this particular quarterly activity of the RRC. Share us studies backup for us, our operator, may be able to push it through yung mga pagpaplano, pagpapalagay ng puno sa bawat recommendation na gusto nyo makita. And for sure, Ma'am Shi, we will make it part of our proposed plans and budget, if not for 2023, for 2024. Okay? So, with that, again, my congratulations, and of course, our heartfelt thanks, Ma'am Shi, for having that study of yours represented. Good morning.
Thank you, sir. Good morning.
Thank you, Tesoro. Thank you, Manshi, for to find ways and means to lobby our request from the Chief of the Policy and Research Division. Okay? So, are there any other questions?
Hello, Manshi. Ay, Ma'am.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Good morning to the presenter and to the PRD and
Ako na sunod dyan.
participants here. Good morning, Marcella. Congratulations for having this research from this special needs. And based on the recommendations and Nararoy,
Pabalikan ko na lang sa aga.
they will just keep proposing about this project. In fairness to our
Kasi ano, bago mag-i-restaurant lang ako. Ako nag-i-speech. Garo ka elementary kaya
siya storytelling nagtutulog kaya siya.
Parang pala nag-labor state.
Since we are making this proposal, ang ginagawa talaga namin sa Tesoro is for us to know the needs sa baba para magplanuhan dito and ma-request kasi sabi na sa aming finances. Just keep on having the proposal for the budget for this concerns. Now, siguro ang
Ano po daw, ma'am? May transfer daw, ma'am. Minor po sa grade 11 ICT. May transfer po daw na po sa grade 11 ICT. Tapos bago daw siya mapapanood kay kuwan ko ng permission.
Sa akin nila, is either enhancement, modification, and all. Then it is also noted that every decision of the teacher in the organization of classes should be database, galing po yan sa different assessment tools na and ang dami po yung public po yan ng ibang NGOs and eventually yung mga nagawa po sa Alba ay isi-share sa certain questions and we're happy product activities na inakot nila. So for now, siguro nga, sabi ng Saroy, may present ko din ito sa annual divisions kasi doon nakatutok yung study mo and eventually magiging helpful sa atin to come to a decision kung ano dapat ang paplano na natin yung 2023 na kung hindi mo ibigay kasi kung ano ang schedule, alam din nyo walang budget talaga. Kung nagkaroon tayo ngayon, nakakalungkot na nakita natin sa balita na nawala na yung pan-answer. Gusto na magkaroon ulit. And needs coming from the organizations.
And you will be helping us, Ma'am Sheila.
Yes po.
Just the same. Ikaw po ay ina ng may special needs. Ako din po. Medyo nakaangat na lang po ako ng konti.
Ka-relate, ma'am.
Yeah, relate. Sige. So Roy, thank you for having this approved na mai-present din dito. Sana may mga susunod pa from other divisions. Congratulations and good morning.
Good morning. Thank you po, ma'am.
Yes.
Okay, thank you po, Ma'am Shi, Ma'am Ki, for the enlightenment and other information regarding on the context of how to handle children with special learning needs. Though budget were cuts, but we still hope there will be coming more budgets after revelations of our studies. Okay, thank you very much. So at this juncture, since there are no more questions from the chat box.
Ma'am, wait lang, ma'am.
Yes, Ma'am Shi.
I saw kasi in the screen, I saw Sir Leo Madriaga. I just would like to say hello po. He is my former school head kasi.
Okay. So Sir Leo, good morning. Ikaw palang inspiration ni Ma'am Shi.
Opo. So thank you very much po, ma'am, for this opportunity po.
You're welcome, Ma'am Sheila. Our best regards also to Sir si Habi, who is also a partner in research. Thank you, Ma'am Shi. So again, since there are no other more questions, Sherry from the study of Ma'am Shi will now proceed with the presentation of our certificate. Ma'am Shi, at this juncture, please accept the certificate of appreciation from our dear regional director that reads, this certificate is awarded to Sheila P. Alberto in grateful appreciation and commendation for her invaluable contribution as research paper presenter, resource speaker during the calendar year 2022 third quarter rebus at DepEd RO5 on September 20, 2022 via Zoom meeting. So papalitan po namin yan, Ma'am Shi. Given virtually via Zoom Meet on September 20, 2022, signed Gilbert T. Sadsad, Regional Director, Region 5, Bicol. Thank you very much, Ma'am Shi.
Thank you very much din po. Good morning po to all.
Okay, so now moving on to introduce the second paper, completed research paper under birth. To introduce our resource speaker, our second presenter from SDO Camarines Sur. Please welcome SEPS Ma'am Hazel M. Salcedo to present Miss Edna F. Aladano. Ma'am Hayes, sorry, Ma'am Hayes.
Good morning, everyone. Okay. May I request our IT to please present now the PowerPoint presentation. Sir Steve.
Okay. Wait.
Sabihin mo kung natarang na ako.
Iyan. Diyan.
Sir Steve.
Hindi, inalaag ka lang. Send ka lang siya. Isisip.
May signet ako na
Si ano? Nasa ilo si Zoom.
May signet ako na
Siguro. Okay, Ma'am si Zoom.
Saan siya lang? Pwede i-standby lang.
Mga hazel mo, no?
Pwede siya na pagkalan.
Nakikita na po yung PowerPoint po.
Huwag mga try na ko nakamatay nervous, bigla na nag-abot si Pangara.
Hello po. Can you see na my PowerPoint?
Yes po.
Okay na po, Monday. Okay po. Okay, may I present to you. Good morning to everyone, to our ever beautiful ex of research, Ma'am Helen, Ma'am Liam, to our PPRD Chief, Sir Roy, and the rest of the regional chief. Good morning. It is now my great pleasure to introduce our second research presenter. She is the principal two of Governor Mariano E. Valleverde High School. A native of Bagong Sierra, Pili, Camarines Sur, with her enthusiasm for educational strengthening, she concluded her intellectual advancement of Doctor of Philosophy, major in Human Resource Management. She is married to Dr. Edmondo P. Avedano, a principal 4 of Calabaga National High School, and given 2 children named John Edmond and Edmond Manuel. She is the person behind the establishment of Doña Basilia S. Pilon Memorial High School of Bagong Sierra, Pili, Camarines Sur. Because of her superb performance, she is a school-based management regional awardee last 2012. And now, ladies and gentlemen, please help me in welcoming Dr. Edna F. Aladano of SEO Camarines Sur to present her project MESA, meaning monitoring and evaluation of stakeholders' achievement. Thank you.
Presenting to you Project MESA of Governor Mariano E. Valleverde High School of Karuiruyan, Pili, Camarines Sur. Hello everyone. I am happy that Project MESA is chosen to be presented in this episode of RIBAS at DepEd Region 5. I am Dr. Edna F. Aladano, Principal 2 of Governor Mariano E. Valleverde High School of Karuiruyan, Pili, Camarines Sur. Here is the Project MESA, Monitoring and Evaluation of Stakeholders' Achievements. MESA has served its purpose despite the pandemic. The researcher used the previous and current data, using the CI process and the community of practice. Of course, I have to thank the DepEd for this grant under the Basic Education Research Fund. And I would like to acknowledge the following persons who had been part of my research journey. My heartfelt gratitude to the Big Brother of Camarines Sur, the Regional Director, and our very own Dr. Gilbert P. Sadsad for giving me the chance to present this project. To our
ARD, Ronelo Alque Firmo, the regional chiefs and supervisors, Dr. Helen Monreal, our education program specialist for PPRD, and all the DepEd Region 5 personnel. Also to our former down-to-earth ASDS Susan Esculiano, who is now the superintendent of Catanduanes Division, Dr. Elmer V. Tena, our division budget officer, and Dr. Josephine C. Doroin, our former education program specialist in charge of research. And to our division, DepEd Camarines Sur, under the leadership of our nimble and beautiful inside-out Superintendent Loida N. Nidea, Dr. Maria Magnolia F. Brioso, our officer in charge for secondary, ASD Lynn Z. Padillo, and ASD Sueño S. Luzada Jr. was just retired. Our CID chief, who is my ever-loving, supportive mentor, my coach, Dr. Marben D. Berha, and the division supervisors, SGOD chief, Dr. Pedro J. Pilonio, our senior education program specialist for research, Dr. Hazel M. Salcedo, our district supervisor, Dr. Hilda P. Bostilla, and all PSDSS, Mr. Philip Nebrea, our division IT officer and staff, for their full support, and to my fellow school heads. Also to the teaching staff of Governor Mariano A. Villaferte High School, most especially to the following teachers: Mrs. Madonna Vasquez, our former faculty president, for documenting almost all of the school events; Mrs. Salvacion Fajardo, in charge of SBM documents; Jari Adriatico, Lloyd Narsoles, Romel Blanca, and my ever-supportive teacher, Mercy Miranda, for the technical assistance; my family, who is my inspiration; and of course, to God be the glory. The contents of the study are the following: abstract, context and rationale, innovation, intervention strategy, action research questions, action research methods, discussion of result and reflection, action plan, references, and the financial report. This is the abstract of the study. The main purpose of this action research is to keep track the performance and achievements, especially of the teachers and the stakeholders of Governor Mariano E. Villaferte High School, Karuiruyan, Pili, Camarines Sur, for school year 2018 to present. Authentic data are generated to further fit in the different innovations and interventions to be employed. Since the school head at time was newly transferred from Binubong High School, Pili, Camarines Sur, the study used descriptive method of research and total enumeration of teachers as respondents. These are the findings of this action research. Female teachers dominate the number of teaching personnel. Majority are in 25 years old to 63 years old. Most are holding regular permanent posts of Teacher 1 positions for more than 10 years in the service, with bachelor's degree as the majority's educational attainment. Most of them are TVL teachers. Teaching loads are in line with their major or minor specialization. The key result area, which is the content, knowledge, and pedagogy, is considered as area needing improvement with the lowest rating. The KRA2, which is the learning environment, objectives of which are considered strength. The key result area 3, the curriculum and planning, has the overall standing as area needing improvement. KRA4 is the assessment and reporting. All the subjects are considered strengths. On the overall, the highest rating is KRA, or the plus factor, which is considered strength, while the lowest rating is on the key result area 1, which is the content pedagogy. Context and rationale. The Department of Education has implemented series of changes and innovations to cope with the recurring problems on the continuous deterioration of quality outputs of the basic education sector, such as low academic performance, low test result in the national and international assessments. These mechanisms are experienced in hiring qualified teachers in the field, promoting best teachers to occupy the high-ranking post in the department, from the principal positions to other plantilla items. Non-teachings are deployed to make sure that school heads will not be bothered in clerical tasks. Instead, they focus on curriculum implementation and managerial tasks. Positive changes are also expected in the school in Governor Mariano A. Villafuerte High School of Cariruyan Pili, Camarines Sur. And to greatly affect changes, both students and teachers are empowered in line with the K-12 curriculum implementation, especially along with the assessment of learning and in assessing the performance of other stakeholders, especially the teachers, for their individual performance rating. The following are the innovations, interventions, and strategy used in this study. The Likers team. This is about the selection of the most liked teachers based on teaching learning facilitating skills of the teachers in line with the K-12 curriculum implementation. This effort had started using the student's point of view or the perception based on their experience with the teachers. Everyone had recognized and given an award with a corresponding rank based on the tabulated data from the scores given by the students. Awarding is done during quarterly recognition together with the best students. Best supportive parents were also recognized based on the performance in supporting the school's targets and objectives. The next intervention is the pilot's airway. Here, the school head has intensified the performance, monitoring, and coaching among teachers who really need backup or assistance to ensure that every teacher has his or her IPCRF. This is the second step in the RPMS cycle. Coaching can also be done with their peer. The next intervention is the trophy on fire. It is the result-based performance, rewarding for teachers, students, and parents who have shown exemplary performance. This is a strategy of comparing their previous performance to the present achievements. But of course, not to compare their performance from others. A certificate of recognition signed by the school head and PSDS and other personalized reward are given. The trophy here represents the reward and fire represent the torch, symbolizing teachers' teaching. The next is the Project Camera 360. This represents the annual implementation plan or the AIP of the school. Monitoring and evaluation in its full cycle based on the SIP. A minimum of 19 projects are included in our SIP, which are monitored and assessed their implementation. Along access, enrollment, and zero dropout. Quality, mean final rating in all subjects in all grade levels. Literacy, numeracy, nutritional status, and national assessment tests, and all other matters pertaining to governance. Attendance and punctuality of the students are also monitored for possible catch-up mechanism to prevent dropouts. The next intervention is the Artist's Journal. This is about the database performance review and evaluation, which is the third part of the cycle. Here, the teacher is given the chance to showcase their accomplishments through the preparation of their portfolio. And our school MOOE, through our school financial staff designate, has already facilitated the compliance to SDO standards. Thus, successful utilization of fund is now very, very evident The optical tracking. This is the visual management monitoring for the report submitted to ensure high motivation among teachers. Reports include Form 2 for the attainment of zero dropout rate, rating sheets for the attainment of 90 mean final rating, daily lesson log to ensure the lessons are based on the most essential learning competencies, test papers with TOS to ensure the 90 to 100% competency-based mastery, and monthly OIC accomplishment report for the improvement of teachers' leadership skills. My process flow chart is the next strategy. This is the equivalent simplified process of the continuous improvement program. With result of mean final rating, every grading period has been tracked, recorded, and reported to the PSDS as school monitoring, evaluation, and adjustments. Every learner in the school is encouraged to own this process to eventually improve his or her performance that will lead to the performance of teachers IPR and finally the OPR. The Guardians Project. This is about the guided performance planning and commitment activity. This is the first RPMS cycle as mandated by the Civil Service Commission. The different performance indicators had been included as the criteria for the quality, efficiency, and timeliness. Here, the school head sits with all the teachers in adopting the different objectives per key result area, and this usually happen during our LAC session. The following are the action research questions. Number 1, what are the teachers' demographic profile of the teachers in terms of the sex, employment status, plantilla position, number of years in the service, highest degree obtained, course finished, major subject handled, and grade level taught? Number 2, what are the KRA and objective-based strength and areas needing improvement? Number 3, what are the levels of effectiveness of the following interventions implemented? The Guardians Project, the Pilot's Airway, the Artist's Journal, the Trophy on Fire Project, the Optical Tracking Project, My Process Flow Chart, the Project Camera 360, and the Likers Team Project. Question number 4, what is the effect of the intervention implemented on the improvement of the teacher's individual performance rating and to the office performance rating the school year 2018 and 2022 for the mid-year monitoring and evaluation? Methodology used were the following: descriptive method, total enumeration of school personnel, and descriptive statistics. Discussion of results and reflections. What are the personnel's demographic profile of the teachers in terms of age, sex, employment status, plantilla position, number of years in the service, highest degree obtained, course finished, major subjects handled, and grade levels taught? Findings of research question 1. Profile of 35 teachers of GMEBs with 14 plantilla-based and 10 borrowed teachers, 10 senior high school teachers, and 1 non-teaching. Findings on research number 2 question. What are the KRA and objective-based strength and areas needing improvement? Objectives and KR5, or the plus factor, have the highest rating and considered strengths. On the other hand, objectives and key result area 1, which is the content, knowledge, and pedagogy, have lowest ratings and considered areas needing improvement. Finding to research. Finding on research question number 3. 6 of 9 implemented innovations have 100% level of accomplishment. Findings on research question 4. That with these interventions, the individual performance rating of the teachers had increased from moderately high to very high, and from low to very high, with a mean rating of 4.44 from 2.67. The following are the conclusions and recommendations. Number 1. Majority of staffs are female, occupying regular permanent position. Female dominates and new in the service. Master of Arts as the highest degree obtained. BSE as major course finished with almost well-distributed major of specialization. Our recommendation: the annual updating of school profile, including the data of the personnel, is highly recommended within the school to monitor the progress and success of everyone and to keep track of the school improvement. Conclusion for number 2. Objectives under plus factor is considered strength, and objectives under content knowledge and pedagogy are considered areas needing improvement in the baseline data. Our recommendation: identifying the root cause using the data-based decision-making is the appropriate way of solving problems from the strengths to the areas needing improvement. For conclusion number 3, all the 8 interventions, innovations, and strategies implemented have very high level of effectiveness. Recommendation: continued efforts on always extending to be part of the solution is the best gesture of a team player. For conclusion number 4, the interventions implemented on the improvement of the teacher's individual performance rating and to the office performance rating are very effective. Our recommendation is to keep the school's focus on the key result areas, which always lead to the improvement of the students' outcomes as reflected in the IPR and OPR. Conclusion. Recommendation to this is our recommendation to our future researchers. That Project MESA is open to all school heads and leaders for benchmarking purposes. You'll have the copy left of this project. Our action plan. The following activities will be conducted after the submission of the action research write-up. Continue the implementation and documentation process of the stakeholders' performance of the teachers, students, and parents until 2019 and onward. The reference used were the following: DepEd Order Number 16, Series 2017, the Research Management Guidelines; DepEd Order Number 7, Series 2015, the Hiring Guidelines; DepEd Order Number 22, Series 2017, Hiring Guidelines; and the Continuous Improvement Training Manual. This is the financial report. The source is taken from the Basic Education Research Fund. Salamat po. With the following expenses: school supplies, non-MOO travel allowance, printing and binding, a total of 30,000 pesos. Receipts are also included in our report. And this is our insight. School heads and all education leaders have varied competencies and different level of skills. Their movement from one workstation to another is of great advantage to school stakeholders. And I thank you. Salamatan po sa Indogabos.
Hello, thank you, ma'am. Hello. Okay, let's ang audio ko, Les. Okay, okay. Thank you very much, Ma'am Edna, for the presentation.
Salamatan po,
Okay.
sir.
Okay, so ang aming pong presentation is Ma'am Edna from Camarines Sur. At this juncture, Ma'am Edna, we shall entertain already question and answer queries from our dear participants. Okay, so in our chat box, let us see if we have some questions. Okay, so meron po tayong question dito, ma'am. From Ma'am Chusara Doroy of the CLMD. Okay, can you improve the title because the title does not fully show what the research is all about? Nag-focus po kami kasi si ma'am sa interventions, but these are not mentioned in the title. Ma'am, probably, Ma'am Chi would like you to articulate on the consistency of your research study with your research title po. Please, Ma'am Edna.
The title of the project is MESA, Monitoring and Evaluation of Stakeholders' Achievements for the Improvement of Organizational Performance Level through Community Practice for Excellent Schools. This actually, we really focus on the acronym MESA to introduce how we monitor and evaluate the stakeholders based on their achievements using the CI process and the community of practice. Ma'am.
Okay, Ma'am Chi. Okay po, so I guess one more questions. Okay, may follow-up question po, Ma'am Edna, si Ma'am Chi.
Sige po, Ma'am Chi.
Hangin po kasi ang title, di kita ang variables. So can you articulate more, Ma'am, of the variables that you use in your study? And then probably let's give a little discussion on how we utilize the variables in the study.
Yes, ma'am. We focused really on the achievements, participations of our stakeholders, especially we started in our internal stakeholders, from the students, teachers, our parents, and outside the external stakeholders. We need the participations of everybody because as school head, we cannot do it alone. It's too hard to manage and run a school, a little bit school, a little big school, a little bit big school with few teachers. So I have to tap all the stakeholders to help us on the improvement of our school. So their accomplishments and achievements are really so important, especially their participations. That's why its title is Monitoring and Evaluation of Stakeholders' Achievements for the Improvement of our organizational performance, ma'am.
Okay po, thank you, Ma'am Ed. Another question from the chat box is from Sir Paul Joven R. Blancaverm, SEPS of Masbate Province. The question is, I just would like to ask if it was identified what intervention had the greatest impact on the performance of the teachers and the school in general.
Yes, ma'am. It is the Trophy on Fire and the Likers team intervention, because in the Likers team, we asked our students to evaluate our teachers, especially on their teaching capacity, of course. Questions are posted, or simple questions are given to the students to monitor how the teachers manage the classroom routine in everyday classroom activity of the teachers. And for the other question is the Lakers team, and the others a Trophy on Fire. And on the trophy of on fire, ma'am, we recognize the simple accomplishment or achievement from the student, teacher, and parents. Naming them during our quarterly recognition gives so much the feeling of importance to them. That's why we gain their participation every time the school needs their participation during our activities. Po, ma'am.
Okay, thank you po, Ma'am Ed. Sir Paul, any other follow-up questions, please? Okay, so okay, siguro po wala na tayong other questions from our participants. So at this juncture, we would like to extend our thanks to Ma'am Edna for the presentation. And at this point, we would like to present to you to accept the certificate of appreciation. Okay, so please, Ma'am Ed, kindly accept the certificates of appreciation that reads, this certificate is awarded to Edna F. Aladano in grateful appreciation and commendation for invaluable contribution as research paper presenter, resource speaker during the calendar year 2022 third quarter rebus at DepEd RO5 on September 20, 2022 via Zoom Meet, given virtually via Zoom Meet on September 20, 2022. Signed, Gilbert Sadsad, Regional Director. Ma'am Ed, thank you very much and we'll see you in other engagements in research.
Thank you so much for this invitation. Thank you so much po. God bless.
You're welcome. Thank you, ma'am. You're welcome. Okay, so for our third research paper presenter, she is from Masbate province, and at this point, the paper presenter will be introduced to us formally by the SEPs for Planning and Research of SDO Masbate. May I call in Sir Paul Blancaver. Sir Paul.
And good morning po. Thank you so much po, Ma'am Halen. At this juncture po, we would like to greet the Regional Director, Sir Gilbert Sadsad, to the Assistant Regional Director, Sir Ronelo Alque Fermo, and to the RO personnel attending this virtual meeting, and of course to the PPRD led by Sir Roy Banyas, and of course in organizing this activity, we have Ma'am Halen. And to all the participants of this quarter 3 rebus, good morning po. For today's gathering of research enthusiasts, a teacher researcher from the Schools Division of Masbate will be presenting her action research granted with the Basic Education Research Fund. The teacher researcher is a master teacher from Catayngan National High School in Catayngan West District, and this is the biggest secondary school in the Schools Division of Masbate. She has been teaching English subjects for 23 years now, which has actually equipped her with the KSAs on the teaching and learning process. Taking into consideration the varied learning needs of the grade 7 students who struggled in reading, she implemented an intervention anchored on differentiated instructions. Ladies and friends, Ma'am Tesha Gukong of the Schools Division of Masbate Province will be presenting the findings of her research titled Differentiated Instruction Towards Comprehension Enhancement. Ma'am Tesha, good morning po.
Good morning, sir. Okay. Can I start, sir?
Yes po, ma'am.
Okay. Our Regional Director, Sir Gilbert T. Sadsad. Assistant Regional Director, Sir Ronelo Alfermo. Ma'am Helen R. Monreal. EPS from different divisions, Sir Paul John Blancaver. Participants to this third quarter rebus at DepEd Region 5, good morning. As Barack Obama says, and I quote, "Reading is a gateway skill that makes all other learning possible." Having struggling readers in the secondary level is quite apprehensive because these students could not cope with the different learning competencies. To help solve this perennial problem, I came out with an action research entitled DICE, Differentiated Instruction Towards Comprehension Enhancement. This was the result of the 3-day training workshop on action research and reading held last September 24 to 29, 2019. This action research was based and anchored on different related sources. The first was from Chol 1996, Dickinson and McCabe 2001, Kuhn and Stahl 2004, Rasinski and Hoffman 2003, which states that reading difficulties are the most frequent learning problem among students and the main reason for academic failure. This was also the pressing problem of one of the schools in Masbate Province, Katayngan National High School. During enrollment, the reading assessment showed that some of the incoming grade 7 students had reading difficulties. As Miller 1993, Serrano and Defire 2008, Stanford and Oakland 2000 stressed, an early diagnosis is important for preventing reading difficulties. It's never too late to address the problem. While in grade 7, an intervention as part of the remedy was done to these identified struggling readers. Next. Having identified the reading level of students, using the field area materials, one of the intervention is differentiated instruction. Students as classified were labeled as Group A, Group B, and Group C. Each group was treated according to their learning needs. So differentiated instruction allows all students to access the same classroom curriculum by providing entry points, learning tasks, and outcomes that are tailored to student needs. Hall, Strangman, and Mayer 2003. So in differentiating instruction, one must acknowledge various students' background, language learning profiles, interests, and readiness levels, all 2002. Next book. So, according to Guild 2001, Mulray and Edinger 2003, Tomlinson 2001C 2002, the use variations among students in a classroom must be considered. Each student's abilities in the classroom must be recognized while taking into account their
may mga waiting room pa.
So, classification of students ranked from A to C. The struggling readers were in Group A, the average in Group B, the fast in Group C. All were in frustration level. Group A needed to be guided for their printed words differently. Group B and C were given reading materials suited to their level of comprehension. Next slide po. So, according to Tomlinson 2001, differentiated instruction recognizes the 2004 learning accountability for what occurs in the classroom with experience as social and collaborative both to the teacher and the students. Differentiated instruction balances students' learning needs common to all students with more particular requirements tagged to individual learners. So despite the different levels of students in reading, all groups were taught the same during discussion. Sessions on sounds, sight words, and guided reading using pictures were done for all. Next one. So this is what happened in my class. Differentiated instruction. The following makes my instruction differentiated. So shown in the diagram. Students were seated according to their level of reading readiness based from the pre-test. Second, guided reading was religiously done. The struggling group where the teaching of sounds and decoding were indispensable. Slow and fast readers were given different tasks. Short and simple text to enhance their reading skill as well as their comprehension. Then task cards were explained and given for them to follow. Pictures, mental models aided in understanding the given text. During group discussion, where the text was shown through PowerPoint, small group discussion is encouraged and the questions were done through a game. This was participated by all groups. Next one. So it's been the practice of Catania National High School to classify students through oral and written tests. During enrollment, part of the assessment was reading. It comprised 50% of the classification as the other 50% was on the written test. So out of 793 grade 7 enrollees for school year 2019 to 2020, 5.93% were struggling readers. Next one. And this struggling readers with a total number of 47 was put in section Topaz. 20 of these students had difficulties in recognizing words. So next one. So these were the underlying queries I had derived from the situation. How effective is differentiated instruction in improving the skills, the comprehension skills of students? And then the second, what underlying activities can be done to uplift the level of comprehension of these students? Next one. To find answers to the questions, the following hypotheses were derived. So we have the null hypothesis. There is no significant difference in the reading performance level among 20 grade 7 Topaz learners from the pre-test over the post-test. Alternative hypothesis, there is significant difference in the reading performance level among 20 grade 7 Topaz learners from the pre-test over the post-test. Next one. Okay. For the youth intervention, innovation, and strategy, the assessment of grade 7 student transpired July of 2019. When I assumed the class, because I was not the one who held this class at the very beginning, I assumed this in October. I conducted again an assessment, same material used by the subject teacher using her pre-test to check the level of reading readiness of the students. With the diligence and patience of the teacher to help the students read, only 20 out of 47 remained poor in reading. The 27 students could read properly, but still in the frustration level. They are independent in the word reading scores, but when combined with the comprehension, they are in the frustration level. The reassessment helped me decide in classifying students. I opted to group them into three: the struggling, those who cannot, recognize even a single syllable. The slow, they can read, but it takes time, and the fast. These help me in the preparation of varied materials suited to their levels of reading. I started with grade 4 materials from the field hearing. Comprehension at stake in the struggling and average readers. So for the other group, okay lang po ang grade 4 materials. These students, so grade 4 okay na, then I proceed to grade 5 field hearing materials. So these students, the struggling and average readers, if guided in the reading, could answer the questions correctly. Lack of reading materials were given from simple to higher level during the months of October until March, months of November until March. The materials given during the pre-test were the same materials administered during the post-test in March before the lockdown. Next picture. So the reading materials that I used was from the field theory. So these serve as an instrument to gauge the reading level of the learners. Next picture. So here are the things that I have done to the students. The fast readers were given reading materials where they could freely answer questions after. The slow readers were given another set, short text, and the struggling readers were focused on sounds, decoding, basic sight words. On the later part, they were introduced to phrases, sentences, then to short texts. Next po. So this was the method that I used. I conducted the pre-test, then introduced the students to reading materials with differentiated instructions, and then same materials without of the pre-test, I used that in the post-test. So these are the pictures taken during the conduct of the research, that is during the assessment. Next po, sir. Then during discussion. Okay, this is now my research findings. Now result out of my action research. Okay, so we have here the table. The total number of students, 20. So same with that of the post-test. Then the mean from the scores of the students in the pre-test divided by the total number 20. So I got 2.05 from 41. Then 3.45 from 69, grade 20. Then the standard deviation 1.28 for the pre-test, and then 0.83 from in the post-test. The t-value, which is -5 or 4.92. The degree of freedom, 20 minus 119. Then I have here the p-value, which is less than 0.001. Then the interpretation, there is significant difference of the learning of the students. Next question. So sample table for my action research. So I have here before intervention, pre-test. So we have that in the field theory. We count the number of SKUs, then divided by subtracted 160, the total number of words from the number of SKUs, divide 160. So I got 75. So we can notice that there is a big difference from the pre-test to that of the post-test. The number of SKUs, nag-12 na lang po. Then student B, 23 and 12. Then from during intervention where they were exposed to different selections. So every time I gave selections to the student, I always check the number of SKUs, and then every reading material, mababa ang number of SKUs ng mga bata. So constant exposure of students to printed material helped a lot. Okay. So the research findings that the students, if given appropriate intervention, had a greater greater learning opportunity. So that after the intervention, the reading performance level of grade 7 TOPAZ students was developed and improved. Then the third, there was a significant difference in the level of urban learners' reading performance after the implementation of the project, differentiated instruction towards comprehension enhancement. That out of 20 students, only one was able to strive to the independent level, 4 in the instructional level, and the rest were still in the frustration level. It's hard for the students, especially that they are still growing from words, to reach the independent level, because when they compute out of 8 questions, they should get 7 so that they can reach instructional or independent. So mahirap pa rin sa mga estudyante na they are still learning how to read words na maka-reach ng ano. The rest are still in the frustration level. Although they improve in the word recognition, some of them are in the independent, but in the comprehension, they are in the frustration. When we combine, still they are in the frustration level. Furthermore, addressing student differences in interest increases their motivation to learn while enticing them to stay committed and remain positive. What's important here is I am happy that these students who at first were hesitant to attend my class were the ones who approached me in the latter part that we should have class despite na wala kami schedule. Next po. So conclusions, the learners have become more eager and more engaged in learning how to read when reading is taught through varied activities that hone their needs at their level. So it helps na ang mga hindi marunong mag-read, even a single syllable are grouped in one, then yung mga mahina-hina doon group B, and then yung mga fast readers, they are in groups and they were given different tasks to do. So in the differentiated model, it is a fundamental tenet that the teachers must engage the students according to Tomlinson 2000. The idea that curricula should be created to engage students is supported by research. It should be able to relate to students' lives and positively influence their level of motivation. That's very important. The students, if motivated, they should not reach grade 10, they don't know yet how they don't know how to read. It helps na sa mga estudyante. Parang they were eager to attend more the reading sessions. Next one. Early assessment of the reading performance of the learners was an important factor in identifying reading difficulties among learners and in choosing proper reinforcement. Kahit na yung grade 7 na medyo delayed na matuto silang magbasa, but they are already here in our school, so we have to find solution to the problem. We will not let them go that they are in grade 8, that they don't know how to read. So when in grade 7, we find means to help these struggling readers. Children do not learn the same way. Awareness of the learners' different styles is a significant tool to assist students' development and understanding of differences, according to Strong, Silver, and Pear 2001. Next book, sir. So, together with the reading materials used in most cases, I guided students. I made use of PowerPoint and I showed the text. Then before I discussed, I make use of stories using picture. So printed materials had helped improve the reading performance of the learners. So according to Bernhardt, 1991, believed that the pictures provided to the readers will give an additional news source of information to what they just get from just reading the text alone. So pictures help in getting their schema or for them to understand the text. Integrated information between the text and the pictures can improve the reader's performance in reading, according to Pan in Pan 2009. Recommendation. The result of the project was disseminated through a departmental meeting for the English teachers to be aware of the project. And grade 8 teachers, this would give way to other teachers having the same problem to adopt the same strategy, or if not, modify it. So this will also motivate grade 8 teachers to follow up the progress of the identified students. This project was already presented during the cluster learning action cell and even in our NCEP for thorough discussion of the significance of the study and the research method, giving way for other teachers to embrace varied teaching strategies for these struggling readers. In fact, one of the Filipino teachers approached me during our flag ceremony that she is very much willing to adapt the strategies that I had, because this was presented during the INSEP. She is very willing to use the strategy wherein we'll start with Marunko. This time, we have plenty of grade 7. Most of our students from grade 7 to 10 have difficulties in reading. So this project was also part of our learning recovery plan, wherein we will conduct at least twice every week remediation or intervention to the group of struggling readers. Next one, sir. Thank you po. And these are all. Thank you for listening to my project or my action research. Thank you, sir. Paul.
Thank you po, Ma'am Tessa, for the presentation.
Welcome po, ma'am.
Yeah. Now we are ready for our partners in the room to give your suggestion. Use the icon raise hand or post them on the chat box. Okay. We have one from Sir Manny Basa, our EPS from the QAD. He said, hello po, please check the date of the reading sessions and the post test. Thanks. So meron po siya ditong comments. Sir Manny, would you like to articulate or elaborate your questions from Tessa?
Ay, hello po. Good morning.
Good morning po, sir.
Ma'am, congratulations po. Maganda na po yung research ninyo.
Thank you po, sir.
Opo. Kaya lang parang medyo may problema lang doon sa date, doon sa
timeline.
Pinalabas mong slide. Oh, yes. Pwede
Opo,
mo
sir.
balikan tab. Opo.
Timeline po. Sir Paul, sa timeline po, and timeline of activities. November to March 2019?
Yes, ma'am.
Opo, sir. Okay, sir.
Kasi, kailan ka po nag-umpisa?
November na po. Na time na na-approve po yung
Of 2019.
Opo, sir.
So, ang reading session mo until March.
Opo, sir.
So,
Then
I
before,
think,
okay, sir. March.
So, magiging 2020.
Okay po, sir.
Pati ang
It
post-test
should
mo.
be October 2019 to March. Opo.
Tapos
Opo,
ang
sir.
post-test mo po, 2020 din po.
2020, opo. 2019 to 2020. Thank you po,
Opo.
sir.
Yun lang naman po, ma'am. Again,
Yes, sir.
congratulations.
Yes, sir.
Opo.
Opo, sir. That should be March 2020. Thank you po, sir.
Opo, opo. Thank you.
Perhaps this is in the preparation of the slides, sir. But in my paper, it's 2020.
Okay, thank you, Sir Manny, for the very quick ano tawag natin dyan? the eye of the sa mata ni Mr. Manny nakikita ang lahat. Yun. Okay, thank you po, Sir Manny. Thank you, Ma'am Tessa. Any other questions? Sharing of ideas from our participants in the field, in the room?
Helen, good afternoon. Good morning.
Yes, ma'am. You are recognized, please.
Yan, thank you so much, Ma'am Helen. Audible naman po yung sound.
Opo, Ma'am Tin. Opo.
Okay, congratulations, Ma'am Tessa. Tessa, okay. Congratulations for presenting this research on the differentiated instruction. May mga clarifications lang ako relative to the reading sessions. Number one, itong from November to March 2020 na to. November 2019 to March 2020. This was clarified earlier with Sir Manny. How many hours ba ang you spent for the reading session?
1 hour lang
every day ba to?
Every
1
day.
hour every day?
Opo, every day from 8:30 to 9:30 po.
8:30 to 9:30. So, that was during the pandemic. Ito ba ay face-to-face?
Not yet po. Before the lockdown po.
November 2019 to March 20. Okay. So, before the lockdown ito. So, face-to-face ito. Okay. So, in your findings, di ba yung null hypothesis mo, di ba parang no significant difference, tapos yung isa is with significant difference. At the end of the presentations, you shared with us the findings.
Yes,
and in your findings, it was like 4 out of 20 improved to instructional, di ba? And one
independent.
20 improved to independent level, and all the others, I think it was 15 of 20 are still at the frustration level. So what can you say about the result of the study? Was it significant enough, or was the project, the strategy significant in improving the reading proficiency of the learners, considering the findings that you have shown us in the last slide yata yun?
Yes. Okay. From the computations, ma'am, using the results from the pre-test over the post-test, so there is significant difference. The p-value is less than 0. Pero minimal lang po although minimal lang po yung increase. But the problem is, it's very hard for these students to reach the instructional and independent level. The fact that these 20 students are still groping for words. They are not able to recognize a single syllable word. So, nahihirapan ako mag-increase ng level ng comprehension nila kasi nandun pa sila sa word reading level pa lang.
Okay, so you use the field area as your assessment. And then if you say kasi na nasa word level sila, they can read words, or they cannot even sound a letter.
Mga 7 po, they cannot read words. So we started with sounds. Marong po approach po.
Okay, so if that's the case kasi, and they are already in grade 7, grade 7
that's the problem.
Actually, what we are doing in LRP is also using phonics, phonemic awareness. Yeah. So almost similar with the strategy that we use. Kaya I think I recommend na you can use the in the future implementation of the project, you can use the session guides made for grades 1, 2, 3 for the LRP. If they cannot even sound letters, kasi parang letter level sila, or baka nga worse, nasa nothing level. So I think also I would like to share with you that we have reading session guides to catch up for grades 4 to grade 6 and secondary students. We will be having the regional orientation for Brigada Pagbasa program on September 27 together with the volunteers. So you can also use the Brigada Pagbasa catch-up session guides for grades 4 to grade 6 and secondary students. Kasi grade 7 na sila, di ba?
Opo, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am, because we are looking for materials. We
Oo,
have plenty of
Ano
students
yun?
now.
Ano yun? We will be grouping the learners into 2 groups. Yung blue group, yung nasa Kenneth Reed, nothing
po.
level and letter level. And then, yung orange group will be on the word level. So, very, pag makita ninyo, kasi we will present the lesson guides for Brigada Pagbasa, that those are actually meant for grades 4 to grade 6 and secondary students. So pwedeng gamitin din 'yon.
Yes,
And yung
ma'am.
pattern na yung research questions mo pwede mong gamitin pa para sa
Ay, thank you po, ma'am.
I think kasi yung 1 hour mo, personally, parang hindi siya enough.
Yes, ma'am.
Because of the results that you have shared na at the end, isa lang yung naka-independent and 4 yung I think yung 50 per 20 is still very big. Napakadami pa rin.
Because ma'am, in the figure, pag first independent in the word reading and then frustration in the comprehension, still they are in the frustration level.
Oo, 75% pa rin nung 20 ang na-retain sa frustration level. So struggling pa rin sila in terms of
Yes, ma'am. Comprehension.
In terms of yung decoding kasi marami pang miscues pag frustrated. Anyway po, congratulations ma'am. And also lastly na lang, if you if it's okay with you, kindly check na lang kasi maganda din ma'am i-present itong mo sa kapag magpe-present ka pa. So i-check mo na lang yung mga spelling mo sa strategy and sa dissemination para mo na lang doon sa presentations para maayos po.
Opo, ma'am. Thank you because we're planning to have this in the district, ma'am.
Opo. Thank you, Ma'am Tessa.
Thank you.
Congratulations. Thank you, Ma'am.
The materials are before that.
Thank you, Ma'am Teens, for the sharing and for the additional information, especially the DI, the presentation of Ma'am Tessa is in line with our 8-week curriculum, if I may say so. Thank you, Ma'am Teen, and then Ma'am Tessa. So,
You're welcome po.
Ma'am Tessa, meron po tayo isa dito. Probably this is just a query from Ma'am Ruby Panuelos.
Okay po.
Congratulations po. Yung reading sessions po, nilagay mo ba siya sa class program? 8:30 to 9:30? Thank you.
Yes, part po siya po, ma'am, ng kasi I assume this last, 4th grade, 4th rating period. So parang nahirapan silang kasi hindi sila pwedeng ilagay sa 4 to 5. The students will not attend classes because they are from far lang barangays po. So kadalasan ng estudyante, hindi na ma-attend ng class pag 4 to 5, especially that is additional klase nila. So part siya sa schedule, 8:30 to 9:30. So I exchange class with the subject teacher holding this group of students po.
Okay, so Ma'am Ruby, yan po, nasagot na po ni Ma'am Tessa. Okay, thank you, Ma'am Tessa. Any other questions? Any other po? Sa chat box po natin wala na. Meron ba nagre-raise ng hand? Okay po. So, ayan. So, Ma'am Tessa, there are some friends and colleagues in the PPRD and other from the SDOs that would like also to look into your study. And if they could also reach out from you, kung pwede daw po. Ma'am Tessa, pwede po ikaw may mga colleagues po kami from PPRD and from other SDOs who would like to get into the in-depth of your study. If they could also get hand in Pwede ka din po ba makontak nila for some other,
Okay po,
probably,
okay po.
opo, sige sa. So, siguro ma'am, ay Sir Paul, pwede po siguro Sir Paul pasend sa amin ang email ni Ma'am Tessa, and then we will ask some of our colleagues and our friends from the SDOs to give their, they may solicit other para bang tulong o kaya gusto rin malaman ng in-depth study ni Ma'am Tessa. Okay po? So, that's it.
Yes po, ma'am.
Thank you, Sir Paul. So at this juncture, if one more from the chat box, meron pang isa. Sandali lang po. Kay Ma'am Ruby pa rin. Thank you po, ma'am. Got the idea from you po. Usually po kaya nasa last hour ang RRE. Hopefully ma-approve din sa amin. I will present the same case. Maganda po kasi talagang 1 hour ang reading session. Thank you po. From Ma'am Ruby of SDO, Camarines Sur Norte. Ma'am Ruby, saan po tayong Camarines Sur o Norte? Siguro from Camsur to si Ma'am Ruby. Okay, so anyway, thank you Ma'am Ruby for the other inputs. Okay. Camsur po, sabi ni Ma'am Hayes, ang steps ng Camsur. Thank you Ma'am Hayes. So ayan po, may other info, additional info po si Ma'am Ruby. In-affirm din niya na mas appropriate ang 1 hour for the reading sessions. Okay, so thank you very much. Any other questions, queries? So since there are none at this juncture, Ma'am Tessa, thank you very much, and we would like it to accept the certificate of appreciation. Okay, this certificate is awarded to Tessa B. Gukong in grateful appreciation and commendation for invaluable contribution as research paper presenter, resource speaker during the calendar year 2022 third quarter rebus at DepEd RO5 on September 20, 2022 via Zoom meeting. Papalitan na po natin yan. Given virtually via Zoom Meet on September 20, 2022. Signed, Gilbert T. Sadsad, Regional Director.
Thank you po.
Welcome, Ma'am Tessa. So as we continue, the presentation are indeed helpful for us in all ways. As we are DepEd family, we're able to listen to how teaching and learning process would undergo in every classroom so that we'll obtain a better performance for our teachers, for our learners, our stakeholders, and the entire stakeholders, mag-internal man po o mag-external, we will learn something from our presenters today. So for that, we are grateful for our partners, our SEPs, our SDS, our ASDS, and other counterparts in the field. So at this point, we would like to call in Ma'am Lida R. Alcantara, our Education Program Supervisor for the Policy Planning and Research Division of the RO5, for the words of thanks. Ma'am Lids.
Thank you, Ms. Hallen. Okay, the purpose of research is to enhance society by advancing knowledge through the development of scientific theories, concepts, and ideas. In a dynamic society where change is the only constant, reliable data as basis of change is a must, and this can only be done through scientific studies. The Department of Education, through the grant of Basic Education Research Fund, ensures that the changes in all governance level is data and research-based. It is on this note that DepEd Regional Office 5, through the Policy Planning Division, continuously encourage research enthusiasts to pursue study that would help the schools and offices along research-based improvement. At this juncture, let us acknowledge everyone who are instrumental in the continued success of holding the rebus. Foremost are our top managements, Sir R.D. Gilbert Sadsad and A.R.D. Ronel Alque Firmo, for continued support in all our endeavors. To the RRC and chiefs of the 9 functional divisions of DepEd Regional Office 5 and or their representatives, the SDO personnel, especially the SEPs of the 13 SDOs, for being with us through our every activity. To the chief of PPRD, Sir Roy Banyas, for leading this division with firmness and kindness. To the researchers featured in this activity, Ma'am Sheila Pineda Alberto, Ma'am Edna Aladano, and Ma'am Tesha Bigokong, to Ms. Helen Monreal for leading the activity, and to everyone in the PPRD for the support to each and everyone in every task in the office. Thank you all. Thank you to all of you. May the results and findings of these studies be of help to the improvement of our learners' performance. Thank you, and may God bless us all.
Okay, thanks, Pamlida. So that ends our calendar year 2022 third quarter rebus at DepEd RO5. Friends, thank you, and we'll see you next quarter. Thank you and good morning.